and it is going to allow you to do anything to anything, crypto, digital assets, high interest fiat accounts, and you can imagine all the other things that people we know want to do. You know, when you look at Gen Z, they own just as much crypto as they do stock.
Right.
So they're not looking for traditional, ways to earn, right? They're not looking to sit behind a desk, invest in a 401k for 20 years.
All right, Nancy, great to see you. How are you enjoying the conference so far?
It's great. It's great. I've been to Apex. I've been to a lot of XRP conferences. This is my first Swell, but it's great. A lot of good news, a lot of exciting stuff happening.
That's awesome. And you are the Chief Revenue and Marketing Officer at Uphold. And on this podcast, we're big fans of Uphold. We use Uphold. So it's great to have you. And then there was some exciting news. Uphold is partnering with Ripple with the RLUSD Stablecoin launch. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah. So we announced today that we're going to be a launch partner for when RLUSD launches. It's great, number one, for our community. We have a large contingency of XRP holders since we never delisted. So I think they're anxiously awaiting the launch of RLUSD. So we're excited about that. Excited to be a large launch partner. And then I think just stable coins in general, right? It's the killer use case for utility in crypto. So I think that trend, that category will continue to build and get stronger and stronger.
To your point, it seems like stablecoins are the killer app as of right now for blockchain because people want US-backed stablecoins. It's a world reserve currency, and it seems like in Latin America, South America, wherever, they do want that.
They do. It's really about solving customer needs. So, if you think about the ability to have cross-border payments, compared to trying to send money overseas, right? It's complicated, it's expensive, it's only during the weekdays. And so if you think about, peer-to-peer payments or being able to settle with people in other countries, it's 24/7. It's really cost effective. It's 2 cents versus $12. And it's super easy to use, and, it's frictionless. So it's an easy way for you to settle. So I think it really will prove out to be a really great use case in crypto.
So with regards to the stable coins on your platform, including RLUSD, as far as the pairs, will that be used as a pair as well to buy other cryptocurrencies, or will it just simply be you can enter this stable coin and then use it?
Yes. So on Uphold, we're anything to anything.
Okay.
So, you're not going to be limited to certain pairs. You can take RLUSD to Bitcoin, Bitcoin to RLUSD. You could take RLUSD to gold. So on our platform, you can really trade anything to anything. So it makes it really easy for the user to get in and out of what they want.
This is a newbie question. How is Uphold able to do that? Because other exchanges, they have very limited pairs.
Yeah. So the way that our platform is created, we have this amazing architecture that underpins our retail offering. It also underpins our institutional offering, our enterprise offering, and we announced a white label service earlier this summer. And so, all of those are fueled by the infrastructure in our platform, which really anything to anything is this sort of special sauce. Unlike a traditional exchange, we're not a single order book. We actually connect out to 30 different trading venues.
Wow.
So when you come to us, we shop the market so you don't have to. We go around and we take out to all of the trading venues and bring back the best price and execute the trade.
Oh, wow. I've not heard of anyone else doing anything like that.
Yeah, it's a different setup. A lot of traditional exchanges have a single order book, but really we're connected to DeFis, to other centralized exchanges. So we're able to go out and shop the market.
Wow, that's really great. I love that. Now, what's new with Uphold aside from the Ripple announcement? What else do you guys have going on?
Yeah, so I think we've talked about the high interest USD account. So users can bring their USD, their fiat, onto the platform, and they can earn 4.9%. Best in the industry right now, we believe. And it also allows you to have your fiat ready when you want to make a move in the market. So you can, instead of keeping it at a bank to try to earn interest and bringing it on and off the platform, you can keep it on the platform. There's no lockups, no subscriptions required. So you can move in and out when you want to freely.
And I saw it's FDIC insured as well?
It is. So up to $2.5 million.
Wow. That's really great. And to your point of keeping it in a checking or savings account where you get nothing, like it's ridiculous at this point. I started using the USD interest account. So that's really great. And I could jump out of it anytime to go buy an asset, which is great.
That's right. Or if you have profits, you can put them right back in and start earning immediately.
That's part of my plan as everything goes according to plan, this market.
Yeah, I think it's part of the larger trend, right? People want to be able to maximize their assets, their digital assets. They want to be able to earn. And so this is the first foray into that.
So Uphold's vision, is it kind of to be that all-in-one neobank? Is that the vision where you, like all the things you're mentioning is all there? I don't have to go outside and do different things.
Yes. So I think at the very crux of Uphold is the platform. So it is a technology play for Uphold. We have this infrastructure that can power so many different things. Now, yes, is the retail app almost the shop window so that you can see the power of this platform? It is. And it is going to allow you to do anything to anything. Crypto, digital assets, high interest fiat accounts, and you can imagine all the other things that people we know want to do. When you look at Gen Z, they own just as much crypto as they do stock.
Right.
So they're not looking for traditional, ways to earn, right? They're not looking to sit behind a desk, invest in a 401k for 20 years. They're gig economy workers. They want to get paid. They want to, pay out. So there's going to be a lot of services I think you'll see come from Uphold to really satisfy what the collective user is looking for.
That absolutely makes sense. And it sounds like you guys are ahead of the curve because to your point, like all the younger folks, digital, they don't go into a bank anymore and that type of stuff. And everything's online. I'm going to Venmo you or WhatsApp or whatever. Like, that's right. Yeah, it's all online. So having it all in there, all those services make sense. And I guess that's what they call neobanks, right?
It is.
Right, yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's a very specific category, but I think the goal is that people want to have control over their earnings and they want to have freedom with those earnings. And so they want to do a lot of things. They want to earn, they want to manage, they want to send, they want to receive. I mean, there's all kinds of things they want to do. So we want to be able to enable that.
Now, you guys also have a big update around payouts, I believe, with your debit card. Is that right?
Yeah. So recently we've opened up the ability to withdraw to a Visa debit card. So in 140 countries, you can now withdraw funds off of Uphold to a Visa debit card.
Wow.
You just put in the debit card to the Uphold app on the withdrawal, and it will instantly tell you if it's eligible for instant withdrawals or withdraws, and you can move your money off the platform now directly to that Visa debit card. You can also move it to Apple Pay.
So question for you. So let's say I have Bitcoin and Ethereum in my Uphold account and I want to withdraw to cash. So Uphold will liquidate the Bitcoin or Ether, whichever asset I choose, and then it will just go to the debit card?
That's right. So you can go anything to anything, BTC to your local currency. Or BTC to USD, and then USD would be put into your local currency on the Visa debit card.
Wow. Is that process next to instantaneous, or is there?
It is. There is one type of card that would take about 24 to 48 hours. There's another type of card that enables instant withdrawals. And so pending your card capabilities, we can accommodate both.
Wow, that's pretty game changing that if I do need to use it, I can do that with a debit card.
That's right. I mean, think of the countries, a Turkey, a Malaysia, a Thailand, an Australia, all those where, an India that they want withdrawal capabilities, they now have it.
That's amazing. And then you said also to Apple Pay?
Yes, you can also withdraw to Apple Pay.
Wow. That's really cool. I love what you guys are doing. It's pretty, I think, ahead of the curve. Is there anything else that is going on that you want to highlight?
Yeah, I think the peer-to-peer payments, I think cross-border payments, I think the ability with stable coins and other things, I think you'll see us really elevate the ease of use of doing that and the ability for users to be able to send and receive money easily. I think that's a big one. I think also the kind of this financial toolkit, if you will, of what we're offering users. I think you're going to see more and more of those things. We're constantly surveying our users and asking, what would you like? What do you want? And, top of the list is be able to earn on their assets.
Yeah.
So we'll have some new things coming up there that will allow them to do that. And new ways for them to engage in the platform. So I think both those will be will be good for the user.
Sounds like an interest yield product.
Well, we already have the
Okay.
high interest on your USD,
Right.
so maybe more is to come.
Oh, okay. Like on crypto assets, you mean?
It could be, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. I would love to get your thoughts on the crypto market at large. And I don't know when you first discovered crypto and what your journey was like. How long have you been in this space?
So I've been in the space since as a full-time employee since about 2018, maybe a year before personally dabbling around. So I originally started on the Web3 gaming metaverse side. And we turned all of the non-value game credits to crypto in this metaverse. Wow. So we launched a token. We actually got the third only no action letter from the SEC at that time. And we also launched a full marketplace of NFTs. So I started there. And the beauty of that was I was actually Uphold'S client. So when you're in the gaming space, all your engineers are focused on gaming. They're not really focused on blockchain. So it was really great to have a partner. This is exactly like our white label solution that I could turn to and say, hey, I need somebody to come in and run the token part of this, the blockchain part of this. And so we plugged in Uphold to my metaverse, and that's how people were able to, buy, sell, trade credits and NFTs, and then they could exit the platform with an Uphold account and turn them into cash.
What was your metaverse project?
It was called MVU, IMVU.
Oh, wow.
And it's one of the largest global social metaverses that's out there.
So, sorry, are you the founder?
No, actually, MVU has been around for a long time. It was founded, I don't know if you've ever read the book, The Lean Startup.
Oh, yeah.
So those were the founders. That's how they implemented that lean startup mentality. And then I just came in 2018 when we wanted to kind of move the high velocity economy over to crypto.
Wow. So given that you got in 2018, looking back now, are you amazed by the growth, Wall Street's here, ETFs, tokenization? It seems there's a new level of validity to the industry and asset class.
Yes, I think the space is going to grow up and grow up fast. Since 2018, when, it used to be you would launch an ICO token, or you would have, a presentation you would take out to the market and try to get funding. And then there was regulatory issues, and then everybody thought it was going to dampen, but it's a very vibrant community. So I think it is growing up, and I think it's going to grow up pretty quickly. I think stablecoins are going to be a huge fueling to the whole ecosystem. I think they are going to be a glide path for new people to get into the space. So I think they will invite people in just through the ease of cross-border payments, remittance, peer-to-peer. And then I think people will gradually get into the larger space as well.
Yeah, and to your point, I'm hearing a lot coming out of Latin America and South America. They want USD-backed stablecoins, and yes, some may hold Bitcoin, but they want to have the world reserve currency because many of them are living in hyperinflation. So to your point, I think that's going to really fast track adoption.
It is, and we have a fiat to crypto on-ramp called Topper, and we just launched in Brazil. So it has local rails that you can pay in and buy crypto, send it to a wallet. And so we're now in Brazil and other countries to come.
It's a big market.
Yeah, it is a big market. And you're right. There are countries where maybe their currency isn't as stable or isn't as valued. And I think just holding stable coins, I think, will be attractive to them. And then I think other use cases for stable coins of really peer-to-peer or remittance, I think will take off as well.
Yeah, because I think once people realize the instantaneous aspect of it, this is instant settlement. You don't have to wait whatever days, you have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops. But if I want to send something with family in Mexico, wherever, here's a stable coin, RLUSD or whatever, PYUSD.
That's right.
And they can settle it. It settles right away.
That's right. And I think you'll see that on the peer-to-peer side. But I also think there's a lot of companies facilitating cross-border traditional payments. That have that volume that they want to use the ease, the instantaneous, and the 24/7 of stable coins. So we see a lot of people sort of ringing us up for our platform capabilities to plug into their current lines of business as well.
Wow. Exciting times.
Yeah, it is. It is. Great times.
I know. I think I'm hearing rumblings of crypto legislation around stablecoins, as well as market structure possibly going through the Senate. So hopefully by 2025, we have clear guidelines here in the US.
It would be great. Clarity would be terrific. You know, we like to be compliant. We try to get as many licenses as we can. So the more clarity, the better.
Absolutely. Nancy, pleasure. And,
thanks.
And like I said, we're fans of Uphold. So everybody check out the link in the description. Go check out Uphold. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.